Storms are ravaging the central part of the U.S. This has been going on all this weekend. This is horrifying video out of Missouri that shows people stuck in a car as a tornado passes through. Wow, you can certainly see the force of that winds and the rains that go with it, Trey. So you were telling me you know some people out there. You've talked to one person who's seen 5 or something?
Yeah, one of my friends is chasing Mississippi right now, and he's seen 5 through the overnight hours. And this is just part of a major outbreak that's going to be in place this upcoming weekend. So last night was really the warm-up round. Today is going to be much more violent than what we had last night. I'll show you the storm reports over the last 24 hours because this has been more than just tornadoes. We've had over 2,000 storm reports stretching from the Rockies all the way back to the Great Lakes, and we've had reports of blowing dust. We had a major dust storm out in West Texas, wildfires, hail, thunderstorm-related wind reports, and also several tornadoes with that outbreak last night across Missouri, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now today, what we're going to be watching is the next part of the system. That's part 1 that we talked about earlier this week. That's lifting off to the north. The next wave is over parts of New Mexico and Texas, and as this moves into the deep south later on this afternoon, we're expecting a major severe weather outbreak. You saw that pink there across parts of Alabama and Mississippi. That's a high risk, a rare high risk for a major tornado outbreak there later on today. We're at the northern end of this threat for later on this evening and into tonight. We're on the low end of the scale, a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for a couple of these thunderstorms that move in that could contain some gusty winds as we move into tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, as we talked about, that system has been slowing down a little bit, so the Storm Prediction Center has actually brought back that level 1 risk farther west in Ohio. And a main risk for our region for tomorrow will be strong wind gusts, small hail, and we can't rule out a brief tornado going into the morning hours. So as we've been talking about, we have that complex of thunderstorms working its way out of Ohio and Indiana this morning. That's going to continue to work its way off to the north and east. So between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., that could affect areas north and west of Pittsburgh up I-76 toward I-80, but it will be weakening as it moves into some drier and stable air. So we'll have a break after that moves through. Our temperatures continue to warm up with partly cloudy skies later this afternoon and this evening. More showers and storms across central Ohio. Most of those stay off to our west through the late evening hours. But as we move into the overnight, early morning hours, we'll start to see that next wave of showers move in by daybreak. And then here comes the front. Tomorrow morning between roughly 6 a.m. and noon, that's going to move off to the east. And we do expect thunderstorms to develop along that. Now, the time of day that this front is arriving will help us out with avoiding having a big severe weather threat. But with such strong wind energy that's going to be in place tomorrow, we can't rule out any of these storms to produce damaging wind gusts and a brief tornado. By noon, this line works its way off to the east between noon and 2 p.m. So we'll start to see things clear up, and we could have a few more remnant showers as we head into Sunday evening and Sunday night. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Very busy one. First alert for that isolated severe threat tomorrow. Again, we're not expecting an outbreak, but we could see some isolated severe storms during the morning. High temperature of 69 through the day. 36 coming up on Monday morning behind that cold front. Temperature up to 51 Monday afternoon with clearing skies. Tuesday and Wednesday, we see that warm air surge back in. We'll be back up to near 80 degrees on Wednesday, and then another cold front will move in on Thursday with more showers and colder air by the end of the week.